Alright, everybody. Welcome back to Major Movies and TV, and today we're going to be talking about that scene in She-Hulk. I'm sure everyone probably can guess what scene I'm talking about. I watched the first episode of She-Hulk, and honestly, I didn't mind it. I kind of liked the episode. It was alright, you know. There were some things with the She-Hulk character, though, that were kind of annoying. You know, Jennifer Walters, and it was kind of annoying. Little jabs and things. Now, it didn't hurt my overall enjoyment of the episode. For the most part, I liked the episode. And I don't think that those little jabs were meant to completely destroy the Hulk or put She-Hulk over Hulk. I think they were just little jabs for the sake of being little jabs, and I think that the scene itself that we're going to talk about isn't what people think it is, you know, at least not entirely. I think there's more complexity to the scene than just woman ranting about woman things, you know? I feel like there was a little bit more to it, you know? I don't think Marvel was trying to take it that far, to the point where they were legitimately meaning literally what she was saying. I think there's a little bit more under the surface to this scene, and we're going to talk about it. So, really, there was only like 2 jabs in this whole thing. The one jab was how Hulk said that Jennifer's genes were different and that he was able to fix his arm using her genes. And she goes, "Oh, 'cause I'm better." It's like, no, that logically doesn't even make sense. You know, then this something being different doesn't automatically make it better, it just makes it different. And I think that was just meant to prove her ignorance, and prove that she's not a scientist. You know, the average person would hear that and probably be like, "Oh, 'cause, you know, my genes are better than yours." Now, anyone with a higher form of intelligence would, you know, think that, you know, they're just different. They do different things, you know. So, I feel like that kind of was giving Hulk or Banner that validation that, yes, he is smarter than Jennifer by a long shot. And even at the beginning of the episode, you know, she called him a genius. You know, she called him a genius. So she knows how smart Banner is. She's not unaware of it. She probably can't even say he's not smart because she knows he is a genius. But in her ignorance, she can try and be putting herself up above him in any way, form possible, because she knows he's a genius and she knows he's a superhero. I feel like part of her arc for this show, and I could end up being wrong with this, but I feel like her arc with this show is her proving herself to being different from Banner, different from the Hulk. Not necessarily better, but different. And her arc is that she needs to be able to understand the difference between having herself be her own person, her own character, and she doesn't have to be better than the Hulk in order to do that. I feel like that's going to be part of her arc for this show. That she needs to learn that she doesn't have to prove herself to be better than Banner. She just has to make her own mark on the world. And I feel like it's like a meta type of arc here, because not only is the character herself trying to prove herself to be different and trying to do her own thing as her own character. She doesn't want to be a superhero. She doesn't want to be the Hulk. I think that was the whole point of this episode. Is she doesn't want to be the Hulk. Just because she's similar to the Hulk, just because she has Hulk powers, doesn't mean she's going to be the Hulk. She's going to be different. Not necessarily better, but different. She's going to be the best version of her character. And in the meta part of it, Marvel has to prove that She-Hulk is worth having in the MCU, even though we already have the Hulk. Marvel has to prove that She-Hulk is worth making a show over. That's what they have to do. They have to prove that making a She-Hulk TV series is worth it for fans. You know? Oh, a lot of fans will be like, oh, we already have the Hulk. Why do we need She-Hulk? Well, that's what Marvel is trying to do. Marvel is trying to prove that a She-Hulk TV series is worth it. And in the show, which is a meta show because she breaks the fourth wall. And that's why I think that this is deeper than it actually is, because she breaks the fourth wall constantly. So I think the arc itself is breaking the fourth wall. The arc itself is crossing over into the character. You know, like the meta-ness of this arc is also within the character. The character itself is just trying to prove that she is different and she has her own struggles and that she can do her own thing and that she doesn't have the same problems as the Hulk, but she has her own issues. And that's a huge thing with this whole argument of, oh, she was woman-splaining to the Hulk and she said she had infinitely more problems or whatever. I think that was the point of that scene. Again, I feel like she is trying, her arc is that right now she is trying super hard to push that she knows better. That she knows that how to handle these situations, and then she's going to find out, no, she doesn't know. She's going to find out, no, she has to deal with her problems in her own way, in her own, and deal with her own issues that are different from what Banner has to deal with. I think that's what they're going for, and it's crazy that people are jumping down this show's throats before season 2, episode 2 drops. It's like, yo, there's a whole series here and a whole arc they're probably setting up. Let's see where it goes, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But even in the scene itself, she's getting mad as she's saying she's getting mad as she's saying she is able to control her anger. I think that was the point. If they wanted to do a legit, just feminist rant about what happened, say that they were playing this dead serious, like what she's saying is fact, she would not have gotten mad. She would have, what would have happened is that She-Hulk, Jennifer, she would have said those things super calmly, and she would have had total control of herself if they were playing it dead serious. But she didn't. She got mad. She turned into She-Hulk. And at the end of it, even Banner was like, I told you so. He literally says at the end of that rant. And I feel like people miss that part where she transforms into She-Hulk and then has to stop and calm herself down. And Banner's like, see, I told you. He literally goes, I told you, I'm right. And so in all reality, that scene kind of did the opposite of what people are saying it did. It proved Banner right. It proved that she thinks she's better than she actually is. And it proves that she has flaws. That's the way I saw the scene. He literally goes, I told you, at the end. And then, you know what happens after that? They go back to being cousins and friends. They keep, doing their thing. At the end of the show, she doesn't hate the Hulk. They just kind of agree to go about their own thing. And they still love each other because they're still cousins. It didn't break up the relationship between the two. It didn't do anything. It was just a little stupid fight. like, I don't know why people are so upset, like, about this. Like, I get it. I don't like super woke shit in movies and TV shows, but this didn't seem like that. This didn't seem like that. Like, Captain Marvel was one thing. Captain Marvel was kind of annoying because the whole time Captain Marvel's character was dead straight about everything she was saying. There was no I told you at the end. There was no anything. It was just her saying things to empower women. It was just her saying these things and just her being like, oh, I'm the strongest. Oh, I'm the strongest. Oh, I'm the strongest. And there was no, like, fight against it. In this, Banner said, I told you at the end. You know, the action itself of ranting caused her flaw to come out. That she thinks she's better than she is and she's insecure and she's trying to prove herself. That's what it seems like. She's insecure and she's trying to prove that she can be better than Banner. That she can be her own person and still help people by being a lawyer instead of a superhero. That it seems like that's the arc she's on. She wants to do better as a lawyer, not a superhero. She doesn't want to be the Hulk. And the whole thing with the guy in the courtroom at the beginning, he's like, oh, you should say it like this. You should or let me say it. That shit happens. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, there will always be asshole guys out there, just like how there are always going to be bitch women. It's not going to ever change. It's not going to ever change. So it's not bad to point out when people are being annoying. It's not. There will always be guys out there that treat women badly, and it's not cool. It's not good. And those people should be pointed out, you know? The part at the bar where she goes in and she gets catcalled by those guys. I mean, it does happen. I can't say it doesn't. It does happen. Guys are assholes. Like, I don't like guys like that, you know? I don't go to parties specifically because of people like that. And, like, it's like, that does happen. And it is annoying. And I wouldn't want that. I have a sister. If my sister goes out somewhere and some guys act like that to her, granted, it's not super likely to happen, but say it does, I would want to kill them. That's just how it is. You're not gonna talk to my sister like that, my mom, my girlfriend, and you're not talking to my people. You're not talking to the women like that. It's just not right. And it was just a scene pointing that out. Now, do I think Marvel will ever make a scene pointing out how guys are treated badly by women? Probably not. You know, probably not. But they could, and they honestly should, but they need a character that has gone through something like that. They need that sort of relationship to happen. So, it's very, like, chill. Let's actually see where the series goes before we give it a 0 out of 10 right off the bat, off the first episode. Let's see how this arc goes, you know? They could never talk about anything like this again throughout the series. They could literally just drop it for the rest of the episodes, and then it's only in the first episode. And that kind of proves the point of what she's doing. So, I don't know. It's crazy, man. You know, women... It's okay for women to be mad at certain things that happen to women because, yes, there are certain things that happen to women that are very bad. You can't say there isn't, you know? And, okay, I get it. You know, guys get killed more than girls. Yes, that is true. And they've talked about that in the MCU, you know, sort of. I mean, every guy in the there have been multiple times where guys are put in super dangerous situations in the MCU, and they have to do it. Iron Man had to be the one to sacrifice himself. They've done that. They've done that. Iron Man has almost killed himself multiple times. Same with the other male superheroes in the series, and now they're talking about something different. They're just doing something different. It doesn't have to negate everything that's already been talked about. It's very it's very annoying how this whole thing has to work out. Like, why can't both men and women just both point out when they're being mistreated and have it not be an issue? Like, why is womansplaining and mansplaining a thing? It's not mansplaining, it's not womansplaining, it's saying, hey, I gotta deal with this. Either side of the fence, I gotta deal with this that you don't have to deal with. Please be sympathetic to me. And that's all that's literally all it is. It's very tiring, very annoying. Women have the right to be mad about certain things. Men have the right to be mad about certain things. And neither side should be able to deny that these things are a thing. Is very, very dumb. And I hope that this series actually goes on the arc that I think it's going to go on. And if I'm wrong, if it doesn't, well then, it is what it is. I probably won't want to watch the show again after that. But if they take it on the arc that I think they're taking it on, if they take it to where Jennifer is just learning how to be her own character, then it makes sense. If they stop trying to shove everything down our throats, then it'll make sense. And I think that was the whole point, is that throughout the series she's going to learn and she's going to take a different approach to everything. So, we'll see what happens, But I just wanted to talk about this and get it off my chest a little, because I saw that Angry Joe was getting attacked by people, because of his rating of it, which was so stupid. And it's crazy because, like I said, me and Angry Joe, we had a similar review on it. We both hate when actual wokeness destroys a franchise or character. We don't like that. But we both didn't see this as that. We saw this as something else. We saw this as kind of taking it a step back and being like, you know what? Maybe they were right. Maybe we shouldn't go in this. It kind of seemed like the opposite of what people think it is. It seems like they're kind of dialing back the wokeness in a way that makes it like, all right, we are fully aware that this stance is too far, and we're going to make a scene out of it in order to show that it's too far, and then we're going to change the character's perspective eventually. That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like it was being played straight, So, yeah, that's my little rant here about She-Hulk. Other than that, I like the episode. I don't hate Jennifer Walters' character. It's just sometimes the Jennifer Walters character can be annoying. Sometimes. With some of the little jabs she does, but when she's not jabbing at things, she's a funny character. She has good energy. I like the character. It's just those little jabs are annoying. Other than that, the show is fine. I like Banner, Hulk in it. I hope he gets more screen time during the show, because never get to see him. So, yeah, I hope the show goes in the direction I think it's going to go in. But leave your comments down below. Be respectful. Don't come at me. If you come at me, I will not be nice to you. I won't. I can be very mean if I want to. I don't want to, but I can. So, I would highly suggest being respectful in the comments. And, yeah, everyone have a good day.